Imagine a young boy with spiky golden hair, his energy crackling as he prepares to unleash a powerful Kamehameha wave. Or picture a determined girl in a sailor suit standing bravely with her friends to protect the world from dark forces. Maybe you think of a giant, friendly forest spirit named Totoro, sleeping peacefully in a massive camphor tree. These images, these characters are more than just drawings. They are a global language. They come from the world of anime, Japan's vibrant and dynamic style of animation. For decades, these stories have been leaping off screens and into the hearts of millions, creating a connection that crosses oceans and cultures. It's a revolution fought not with weapons, but with art. This phenomenon didn't happen overnight. It was a slow burn, a quiet ripple that grew into a tidal wave. Think of the first time you saw a Pokémon, a creature so strange yet so captivating you had to catch them all. Or the first time you followed the adventures of a ninja in a bright orange jumpsuit, dreaming of becoming the leader of his village. These characters, from Goku to Sailor Moon, from Naruto to Pikachu, became our friends, our heroes. They taught us about perseverance, friendship, and the courage to face impossible odds. They offered a window into a different world, one filled with unique traditions, delicious-looking food, and exciting new ways of thinking. The power of these stories is undeniable. They have sparked a worldwide curiosity about Japan itself. A simple scene of a character enjoying a bowl of ramen can inspire someone thousands of miles away to seek out their local Japanese restaurant. The distinct fashion seen in the streets of Tokyo, often exaggerated and stylized in anime, has influenced wardrobes from Paris to Los Angeles. It's a cultural exchange that happens naturally, driven by pure enjoyment and a desire to connect with the worlds we see on screen. Anime has become a bridge, inviting everyone to take a walk across and discover the wonders of Japan. What began as a domestic form of entertainment has transformed into one of Japan's most significant cultural exports. It is a form of soft power, a way for a nation to share its culture and values without force or coercion. It's the friendly handshake, the shared laugh, the moment of awe that builds goodwill and understanding. Through the adventures of giant robots, magical girls, and determined heroes, Japan has been telling its story to the world. And the world has been listening, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this incredible, ongoing saga of animation and imagination. To understand anime's global impact, we must travel back in time. The story begins in the early 20th century, with pioneering Japanese artists experimenting with imported animation techniques. These early works were simple, often short films used for public announcements or telling old folk tales. They were the first small steps, the initial sketches on a canvas that would one day become a masterpiece of global culture. Artists like Oten Shimokawa and Junichi Kuchi were the trailblazers, creating moving pictures that laid the groundwork for everything that was to come, even if their names are not as famous as those who followed them. The true transformation, the moment anime began to find its soul, arrived after World War II. A young artist and medical student named Osamu Tezuka changed everything. Often called the god of manga, Tezuka's influence on both comics and animation is impossible to overstate. He introduced the large, expressive eyes that have become a hallmark of the anime style. He used cinematic techniques in his manga panels, creating a sense of motion and drama that was new and exciting. His first major television hit, Astro Boy, which first aired in 1963, was a phenomenon. It told the story of a powerful robot boy with a human heart, capturing the imagination of a nation rebuilding itself. Tezuka's success with Astro Boy proved that animation could be a powerful medium for long-form storytelling on television. This opened the floodgates for other creators and studios. A wave of new genres emerged, from sci-fi adventures with giant robots like Mazinger Z to sports dramas and stories for young girls known as shoujo. These early shows established the creative DNA of anime. They weren't just for children, they tackled complex themes of humanity, technology, conflict, and hope. They were stories with depth, emotion, and a unique visual flair that set them apart from Western cartoons. This foundation built by Tezuka and his contemporaries was crucial. It established anime as a legitimate art form and a viable commercial industry within Japan. Studios like Toei Animation and Mushi Production became factories of imagination, churning out series that would define a generation of Japanese youth. It was during this period that the core elements of the anime industry, the weekly production schedules, the close relationship with manga publishers, and the diverse range of genres, were cemented. This domestic success created a vast library of content, a treasure chest of stories just waiting to be discovered by the rest of the world. What exactly is soft power? The term was coined by political scientist Joseph Nye, and it's quite simple. It's the ability of a country to persuade others to do what it wants without force or payment. It's not about having the biggest army or the strongest economy. Instead, it's about having a culture that is so attractive and appealing that other people naturally want to be a part of it. Think of Hollywood movies, American pop music, or a cup of Italian coffee. These cultural products create a positive image and a sense of connection that makes a country's influence grow naturally and peacefully. For many years, Japan's global image was tied to its economic might. It was known for cars, electronics, and efficient manufacturing. It was the land of Sony, Toyota, and Nintendo. While this economic power was formidable, it didn't always create a warm, personal connection with people around the world. Then came anime. Suddenly, Japan wasn't just a place of factories and boardrooms. It was the home of Dragon Ball Z, the mystical forests of Princess Mononoke, and the futuristic city of Neo-Tokyo from Akira. This was a different kind of power, a power that worked on the heart and the imagination. Anime became Japan's ultimate tool of soft power. It presented a vision of the country that was cool, creative, and full of fascinating ideas. The stories often contained subtle elements of Japanese culture and values. Concepts like Ganbaru, the importance of the group, and a deep respect for nature were woven into the narratives. Viewers absorbed these ideas not as a lecture, but as part of an exciting adventure. This cultural diplomacy was far more effective than any official government campaign could ever be, because it was driven by genuine entertainment and artistic merit. This shift was profound. For young people globally, their first introduction to Japan was no longer a history textbook or a news report. It was an anime series they watched with their friends. They learned about Japanese school life, holidays, and social customs through the daily lives of their favorite characters. Anime humanized Japan, transforming it from a distant economic competitor into a familiar, interesting, and accessible place. It didn't just sell a product, it sold an experience, a feeling, a connection. This is the magic of soft power, and anime is its most powerful spell. Anime's influence extends far beyond the screen. It has become a living, breathing gateway to Japanese culture for a global generation. One of the most remarkable effects is the surge in people wanting to learn the Japanese language. Fans who start by picking up a few words like kawaii, which means cute, or sugoi, meaning amazing, from their favorite shows, often find themselves enrolling in language classes or using apps to learn more. They want to watch anime without subtitles, sing along to the opening theme songs, and really understand the cultural nuances that can get lost in translation. This grassroots enthusiasm has honestly done more for the promotion of the Japanese language than many official programs. The influence on fashion is just as visible. From the streets of Harajuku to the pages of manga, anime showcases a bold and eclectic sense of style. This has inspired countless fans around the world to experiment with their own looks. The practice of cosplay, where fans dress up as their favorite characters, has become a massive global subculture, with conventions and competitions held in cities everywhere. But even beyond cosplay, elements of Japanese street style, from the gothic Lolita look to colorful layered outfits, have seeped into mainstream youth fashion, creating a visual language that is instantly recognizable to those in the know. And then there is the food. Anime has an incredible talent for making food look absolutely delicious. A simple onigiri or rice ball, a steaming bowl of ramen, or a perfectly arranged bento box can look like the most appetizing meal in the world when drawn with care. This has created a global craving for Japanese cuisine. Fans are eager to try the foods they see their heroes eating. Restaurants specializing in ramen, sushi, and katsudon have popped up in cities far from Japan, often catering to a young clientele whose first taste of these dishes was a visual one, seen in an episode of Naruto or a film from Studio Ghibli. Ultimately, anime acts as an informal, engaging, and incredibly effective teacher. It introduces viewers to Japanese mythology, history, and social etiquette in a way that is entertaining and easy to digest. It sparks a desire to travel, to see the temples, cityscapes, and landscapes that serve as the backdrop for these incredible stories. For millions, anime is not just something they watch, it is something they experience. It is a cultural portal that has opened their minds to new ideas, new aesthetics, and new flavors, fundamentally changing how they see Japan and the world. The Japanese government was not slow to notice the incredible power of its pop culture exports. As anime, manga, and video games gained more and more fans around the world, officials in Tokyo realized they were sitting on a cultural goldmine. They saw an opportunity to harness this organic popularity and use it as an official tool of public diplomacy and national branding. This led to the creation of the Cool Japan strategy in the early 2000s. The idea was simple: actively promote Japan's creative industries as a way to build a positive international image and boost the economy at the same time. The Cool Japan initiative involved various government ministries, from the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They began funding international anime festivals, supporting the translation and distribution of manga, and using popular characters as cultural ambassadors. For example, the beloved robotic cat, Doraemon, was appointed as a special anime ambassador in 2008. His mission was to help people in other countries understand Japanese culture and society through anime. This was a clever move, using a friendly and familiar face to represent the nation on the world stage. The strategy went beyond just promotion. The government established the Cool Japan Fund, a public-private partnership designed to invest money into businesses that could help spread Japanese culture abroad. This included funding everything from new anime productions and international streaming platforms to Japanese restaurants and fashion boutiques in foreign cities. The goal was to build a complete ecosystem that would make it easier for people everywhere to access and enjoy Japanese products and content. It was a conscious effort to turn cultural appeal into tangible economic and diplomatic benefits. While the success of the Cool Japan initiative has been debated, its existence shows a clear recognition of anime's value. It marked a shift in how Japan saw itself and how it wanted to be seen by the world. It was a move away from relying solely on the image of an industrial powerhouse, and toward embracing its identity as a hub of creativity and innovation. By officially backing its pop culture, the Japanese government sent a clear message: our stories, our art, and our characters are a vital part of who we are, and we are proud to share them with everyone. Despite its global success and cultural importance, the anime industry faces serious challenges from within. The artists who bring these beloved worlds to life often work under immense pressure for surprisingly low pay. The industry is famous for its grueling production schedules, with animators frequently working long hours and overtime to meet tight deadlines for weekly television episodes. Many young animators start their careers as in-betweeners, the artists who draw the frames that go between the key poses, and their salaries can be shockingly low, often below the minimum wage, forcing many to live with their parents or leave the industry entirely. This difficult working environment creates a paradox. While the global market for anime is booming, the foundations of the industry are strained. There is a growing concern about a talent drain, as experienced animators burn out, and aspiring artists are discouraged by the poor conditions. This could eventually impact the quality and creativity that makes anime so special in the first place. The problem is complex, rooted in the industry's business model, which often relies on production committees that spread financial risk, but also squeeze budgets for the animation studios at the bottom of the chain. The rise of global streaming giants like Netflix and Crunchyroll presents another set of challenges. On one hand, these platforms have given anime an unprecedented global reach, bringing new shows to massive audiences overnight. They also invest heavily in producing their own original anime, injecting much-needed cash into the industry. However, this foreign investment also brings new pressures. There are concerns that these global companies might push for content that is more generic or westernized to appeal to a broader international market, potentially diluting the unique cultural identity that makes anime distinct. Furthermore, this global influence can shift the creative power away from Japanese studios and creators. When a US-based company is the primary funder and distributor, they naturally have a significant say in the creative direction of a project. This has led to debates within the industry and among fans about authenticity and cultural ownership. The challenge for the future will be to find a balance, to embrace the global opportunities and funding without sacrificing the artistic freedom and cultural specificity that have always been the lifeblood of anime. It's a tightrope walk between commercial success and cultural integrity. Looking toward the future, anime's journey is far from over. It continues to evolve, adapt, and find new ways to connect with a global audience. We are seeing exciting new trends emerge, driven by both technological advancements and creative collaborations. For instance, studios are experimenting with new animation techniques, blending traditional two-dimensional art with sophisticated three-dimensional CGI to create visually stunning sequences that were once impossible. This fusion of styles is pushing the boundaries of what animation can achieve, as seen in series like Jujutsu Kaisen and the films of Makoto Shinkai. International collaborations are also becoming more common, blurring the lines between Japanese anime and global animation. Projects like Cyberpunk Edgerunners, a partnership between Japan's Studio Trigger and Poland's CD Projekt Red, show the incredible potential of these cross-cultural creations. They bring together different storytelling traditions and artistic sensibilities to create something entirely new, yet still deeply rooted in the anime aesthetic. This spirit of collaboration is likely to grow, leading to a more interconnected and diverse world of animation, where ideas flow freely across borders. The enduring impact of anime on global culture is undeniable. It has permanently changed how the world sees Japan, and how a generation of young people express themselves. Words like senpai and isekai have entered the global online vocabulary. The art style itself has influenced a new wave of artists and creators from all corners of the globe, who are now making their own anime-inspired works. It has become a shared visual and narrative language, a new form of global folklore for the 21st century, passed down through streaming services and social media. In the end, the true power of anime lies in its ability to tell human stories that resonate with everyone, regardless of their background. It speaks to universal emotions, the joy of friendship, the pain of loss, the struggle for a better future, and the hope that keeps us going. Through its captivating visuals and compelling narratives, anime builds bridges of empathy. It reminds us that even if we live in different countries and speak different languages, we all share the same fundamental dreams and feelings. It unites us as a global community, one episode at a time.